Hi everybody, Mr. Boma from Mr. Boma's Balloons here. In my last video, I showed you how to make Pikachu. And this head design is really versatile. So I wanted to show you some other things that you can do with this. For example, here is a cat. This is still a work in progress. I plan on improving this, and maybe I'll teach it if I get it to a point where I really like it a lot. There's a teddy bear, and you could make this guy a little bit taller, take out the ears, give him a bandolier, and you've got Chewbacca. So I'm going to play with that and see if that's something that I might teach on YouTube as well. And then if you do that teddy bear in black and white, you get a panda. And so this is what I'm going to be teaching in this video. It takes 2 white and 2 black, but instead of white, I'm actually going to be using ivory. It's not quite white, it's a little bit off-white, and I think it shows up a little better on camera. So anyhow, grab your balloons and let's get started. Alright, so we have 2 white, or in my case I'm using ivory, and 2 black. We are going to start with an ivory. I put in 4 strokes with the 2-way pump. That's about a 7-finger tail. Tie my knot and then roll it down. Start off with a 2-ish finger bubble, a second 2-ish finger bubble, a 4-ish finger bubble, a second 4-finger bubble, and then 2 2-finger bubbles. 1, 2. Tie those together. This is the muzzle, these are the cheeks, and that's the back of the head. We're going to make the front center of the head now, which is about a 4-finger bubble. I'm going to do another about 4-finger bubble, maybe a little bit less than 4-finger bubble here. And we're going to attach it between where the cheek meets the back of the head. So between the 2 and the 4. Right there. Now I'm going to make a 2-finger bubble, 2-ish finger bubble, and I'm going to take this joint and I'm going to hold it there with that joint, and now I'm going to spin these around a couple times. Now I'm going to make the lower lip. We're looking at the front of the face now. So where the nozzle is right here, that's where the nose is going to go. So this is the muzzle, so we're going to do a little loop right here for the lower jaw. I'm squeezing this to make it soft. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to make another 2-finger bubble. I'm going to again spin the cheek around. And with the rest of this, I should have just enough for a 4-finger bubble that's going to go up to the top of the head. Up to the top of the head here. And actually, these 2 bubbles here should match. So I'm going to make this one a little smaller. Okay, there we go. Those 2 bubbles there should match. And then I'm going to put a little bubble on the very end here. A little bubble like that. And I'm going to attach it to the back of the head. So pull that around. Okay. So there is the head. We're going to add the eyes and nose next, so we need a black balloon. And I use Batalitex black. They're a little bit longer and a little bit stronger than the Qualitex black. I'm going to do a 2-ish finger bubble there. And I'm going to now squeeze the air to give myself a little bit of slack here because I need to tie the nozzle to the other end. So bring that around and tie it. Don't pull too tight or you're going to end up ripping the balloon. You'll put a hole in it. But you do want to double tie. If you can. There we go. Okay. And then you can actually break off the nozzle or rip off the nozzle, cut it off. Okay, there's one eye. I want a little bit of slack in here. So I'm just squeezing the air down and twisting the balloon. That gives myself some slack. Gives me some slack. Oh! And now I'm going to take the face. I'm going to hold the end right here by the inflated balloon. I'm going to hold that right there where I want the nose to go. I'm going to take the eye. I'm going to push it in one eye socket and out the other. Okay, now I'm going to make the nose. I'm going to make the nose a little bigger than the nose on the Pikachu. So not as large as the eye, but, you know, good 1.5 finger bubble. Okay, and now I need a bunch of slack again. So I'm, again, squeezing the air down the balloon and twisting the balloon. Give myself a good bit of slack. And now I'm going to make the second eye. So trying to make it the same size as the first eye. I'm going to temporarily pinch twist this just so that I can compare them. And it looks like it's a little bit too large. So I'm going to let a little bit of air out of there. And try again. And now it's a little bit too small. Okay. And now I'm going to break off the rest of this, but I'm going to leave myself some balloon on the end so that I can tie it. And actually, look what happened. The balloon, when I ripped it, the part that I wanted to save to tie broke off. So I'm going to have a tough time here, but I'm going to try. I'm going to tie end to end. Come on. I can do this. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Got it. All right. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm going to take this eye. I'm going to put it in through the other socket. So this one went in here and out here. This one's going to go in here and out there. Okay. Take that nose, spin it around a couple times, and then push the eyes back into their sockets. That is the panda's face. Okay. We are going to take that leftover black balloon and we're going to inflate that, leaving just a couple of fingers worth of tail on there. I'm going to burp this. I'm going to let out a little air so that it's easier to tie and to make this a little bit soft. Now I'm going to make a loop, about 3-finger loop, and a pinch twist. The rest of this I'm going to shove through the back of the head. Like that. On the back of the head, the pinch twist goes in the back and that holds the ear forward. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to take our other black balloon and I put 5 strokes in there. That gives me about a 7-ish finger tail. Oh, I bumped my camera. Sorry about that wobble. Make another ear, again 3-ish finger loop. You can check that against the other ear if you want to make sure that they're the same. I think one of my ears always comes out smaller than the other. Okay. pass this through the other side of the head. Pull it down. Again, pinch twist goes in the back to hold the ear forward. There's the face of our panda. Ooh, isn't he cute? In the back here, just a little bit below that joint there, you're going to twist those together. This is going to be where the neck of the panda is. I'm going to use the longer balloon, the one that has a lot of tail on it. I'm going to make a pinch twist here. Okay, now you've got a few choices. You can break this balloon off, the one with the tail. You can break it off to use for the feet, or you can leave it on and you can run it down the body to the bottom of the body, and then your panda kind of has a black stripe on his back, or you can hide it inside of the panda. That's another option. So that's up to you, or you can break it off and do the feet separately, the legs and feet. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and break that off and just set it aside and save it for later, and I'm going to tie this off. The other balloon is going to become the panda's arms, but we're going to build the body first. So we're going to take the other white, or ivory in my case, and giving yourself a bit of tail to work with. I'm going to attach this at the neck. And coming down a bit more than a hand's width, I'm going to put a pinch twist. That can be the panda's tail, although I think their tails are actually usually black, but that's okay. That just gives us some place to attach the balloon to as we go back and forth. We're just going to go up and down the body a few times. It's up to you how many times you want to do. You can do 4 body bubbles, you can do 6 body bubbles. You could use a link-a-loon for the belly if you want, or a quick link for the belly. So that's up to you, however you want to do that. I'm just going to go back and forth here a few times, just to give you the idea. And we can do one more time. Why not? I'm gonna let out some air there, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just take it up and I'll break it off. Okay. I'll just break off the end of this. There we go. Okay, so give yourself a body to work with. Let's see. Anytime I do this, I end up with some bubbles that are bigger than others, and so then I have to pick out which ones I want for the front and which ones I want for the back. And so this one here is really small. I'm going to roll this around and put it between those two right there. No, let's put it between these two right here. I'm going to shift these around a little bit. So this is, had I been a little more careful, I wouldn't have needed to do that. But there we go. Now I've got, these two are about the same with that one in the center there. And these 3, there we go. Okay. So fiddle with that. Do better than I did. That was not great technique by me, but you got to see the way that I fudge things. So that can always be helpful. Okay, I'm going to take the arm, I'm going to bring it down a little bit there. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to twist off a little bubble here in the end. Little bubble, little bubble. There we go. A little bubble like that in the end. That's going to go into the neck. I want the pinch twist on the back and the smaller bubble in the front. And then the arms, I tuck in the arms on each side of the body. And then you can split this in the middle. You actually probably split it before you tuck the middle. Okay. So, just like the Pikachu, Panda doesn't have any hands. But you can make him holding some bamboo or something, and then it doesn't matter that he doesn't have any hands. Okay, the rest of the black balloon, make the legs and feet. You can do these however you like. I'm going to do a loop and a pinch twist. I'm going to take it through the side of the body and out the other side. I'm going to measure up and get my legs to be the same length. So about like that, I think. A loop and a pinch twist. And then I like to connect my feet together. So I'm going to make a small bubble. I'm going to break off the very tip of the balloon and tie that small bubble there. And then I'm going to connect the feet together. What's nice about this now is that you can have the Panda standing up, or you can have the Panda sitting down. Alright, so that is the Panda Bear based on the Pikachu that I taught you last time. I hope you like it, hope you can get some use out of it, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.